We felt like, hey, we're probably not going to see it in any of these teams. Let's get it up on stage at one point as we get ready for our first draft of our World Championships here in day one. Slowbro banned out, Charizard banned out, no surprise there. Hoopa, we've seen that coming. And our final ban over to the side of Legacy, it's going to be the Ceruledge, it looks like. And then first pick is going to be heading over to Luminosity.
Yeah, there's a lot of great directions Luminosity can go. A lot of great Pokemon still left in the pool. Are they going to feed Overlord, or are they going to let them pick something last? Quickly going to Umbreon. This is one of Joey's best Pokemon since they forced him to learn another one after the whole Trevenant debacle.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Umbreon, I think, is maybe the best defender out there right now. Slowbro, of course, is right there. There's so many good ones, so many powerful picks, and you see the side of Legacy. Now that that defender's out of the way and Slowbro's already banned, they know they're not going to be taking another big choice from them, so they're going with huge picks.
Monster.
Cramorant, Blaziken, Gyarados on the other side for the side of LG, which I think is a really great choice. We were talking about this yesterday before broadcast. I didn't want to put too many all-rounders on my list, but I was thinking, man, with Char, Ceruledge being banned out, we really could see a lot of Gary.
Yeah, and you're right there. That's an Urshifu. Blue Shifu specifically, I think, is going to be incredibly popular. I think that's kind of a caster consensus because it looks great in all of these players' hands. JL picking up Comfy.
No!
Zero into Overlord. We are off to the races, baby. Luminosity, Legacy, not looking to disappoint. And I can tell you, that's probably a curveball that Legacy was not expecting to see locked in.
I think there's absolutely no way people thought we would be seeing Zeraora in game one. A powerful speedster that has not been in the meta for a long time here.
Ever.
So this is a super surprising pick. And we have JL on the Comfey. This is very normal for Overlord, right? To have a Comfey following him around. When you're one of the best, if not the best players in the game, having that little lay around your neck would be huge.
Well, when you take a look at JL, they've got big shoes to fill because if you remember last year's World Championships, Elo was a difference maker on that Comfey. And you think as a Comfey is kind of like a face roll type character, right? You just kind of press your buttons on whenever their cooldowns are ready. But the way that Elo was playing, was able to kind of hit it to another gear, jumping off the Pokemon, eating Zeraora, and I can tell you what, I am so excited to see what they do with this.
Yeah, this is so interesting. We've got Comfey, Magikarp in this top path, which just feels like a real tough thing for Lutano to deal with here, especially with Eldegoss up there. Mew in that central area looks to be taking possibly the red buff and then maybe moving into path. Urshifu not being bothered on the side of Legacy. That's a Pokemon that can get invaded a lot, right? But they just don't have that on the side of Luminosity.
Otter moving up quickly. They actually took partial jungle rotation so they can get to there and have an impact. They've got the red buff. Boosted Auto stepped up by the Gosler. Nice job by Lel to eat that on behalf of that little Torchic.
Look at this right here. Overlord in a little bit of trouble, having to dash out of this fight here. Joey peeling back, and it looks like a lot of this experience is headed over to the side of Legacy in the bottom path. And we do have Urshifu in the top path. It is not the Water Bear. We've got that single strike moving up here, getting ready for these birds in just a couple seconds.
Listen, that's so much secure. They're going to charge it up. Let's see if we can get a Wicked Blow in there. Tons of experience. Mazo at half HP. They have to peel back. They are able to. But you see that Lutano, that little Magikarp, picked up JL for just a second to give them a sustain and not get knocked out. And looking them moving almost in tandem. Wolf keeping an eye on Otter, wondering where they're going.
Yeah, heading down to this bottom path here with Mew, seeing if they can make something happen. Obviously, we need to get some experience over to this Zeraora, right? It's pretty strong, but it needs a lot of experience. It's a very hungry speedster here on the side of Luminosity, trying to secure that. Nice big secure here. Overlord's now 6, Joey is 5, and we've got kind of 2 supporters supporting the Zeraora in the bottom path. We've got 10 seconds now until we have a possible fight breaking out in the middle. Magikarp now jungling, turning into that Gyarados.
Pivotal for them. Joey going to give some screen to Wolf, see where they're at. Well, of course, as the Eldegoss, always surveying the scene. Otter unafraid to get in the middle. They know Overlord's in tow, going straight into that action. They're going to get everything in the middle at the low price of free.
And here we go. Lutano in the top path. Finally, a Gyarados here, level 5, which is a huge power spike. Now, 3 members here of Legacy possibly being caught. Here comes the Sweet Kiss, and they move in.
They're going for it right. Nice floopy flop by the Gyarados, getting a couple KOs. They're going to look to score here as Lel goes down quickly, and they peel off. Look at that patience. Now we have a little surf by Otter. They give themselves up, but that's enough to get Overlord out of dodge.
Now this is a strategy we've seen a few teams implement in the UCS season. It's exciting, it's crazy, it's fun. We've got the Discharge Zero Aura with the Sweet Kiss, pulling them all in. Huge combination again. They pick up another KO, but no, it goes back the other way. Shifu goes down, Blaziken makes it out here, and Gyarados has to back up.
What a gargantuan wicked blow by Mazo, allowing them. They barely go down, but that Blaziken stays standing with a health bar that's non-existent. They make it back, and what looked like the sickest engagement of all times, the tables are turned instantly by a single strike Urshifu.
Amazing stuff here, and you can just see the insane level of play from these two teams, right? I mean, you've got crazy strong Pokemon that require a ton of skill. Here down in the bottom path, we actually have a little bit of a fight breaking out over Regice. Gonna be hard for Luminosity to secure this over the single strike, but they're moving in.
Overlord going to the backside to cut them off. Regice is getting low. They're gonna spark it up. The tree's gonna take it, but they're gonna look for bodies now. Overlord is doing it, but JL is the BOGO deal right here. Otter's trying to stick his neck out to keep this goal zone in tandem. Surfs through KO Streakatu for Mazo, and that baby growing up real quick right in front of our eyes.
Beautiful stuff here from Legacy. 23 to 138. They're continuing to score, putting the points on. 207 now. Goal zone going to the top, gone on the top and bottom path. This does give Luminosity a ton of experience, and that's a scary thing because you've got two insane scalers on their side. You've got Gyarados and you've got Zero Aura. Zero Aura is going to be looking to have a Unite move every single time they fight. Kind of the same thing with Gary here, and they're going to be supported by incredible Pokemon, Umbreon and Comfey. We're going to have to see if these fights go a little better for Luminosity.
The thing is, when you're late game scaling, you need to get to the late game. You can't let it get too bad early. Wicked blow comes through. It's a little late for Mazo, and at least the buff stays on the side of LG. They're looking for an opportunity. Boosted Auto susses out Lel. They step up. Nice little Hurricane on Overlord to cut them off. And now we're going to see where this next engagement goes because LG's behind.
Yeah, LG is behind, and it looks like Legacy has them exactly where they want them right now. They're winning all of these fights. They're winning all of these objectives. You see Gyarados checking the tall grass here with Bounce, just making sure that they're not going to get caught by anything, and if they do, they're going to knock something up. As we have Legacy prepping for a possible big fight here at this Tier 1. Tano moving in. Now we see them here. Mazo can see the entirety of the team. We're going to have to see how they want to play this. Pulling back with the single strike, running away from the Sweet Kiss.
Going for the overheat. Eject back out off the Volt Switch, but KO quickly as Lutano goes down. So is Joey. Otter pops their Unite move just to get away. Now Overlord's getting chased down. Otter might have to sacrifice themselves. No, they go in with that big discharge. They're going to get a KO on foul. Mazo still in the chase. They're sorting out Otter. And I'll tell you what, Legacy is fighting well, Cowboy.
They're fighting amazingly. Huge catch here. The Horn Leech after the Wood Hammer. A Unite move moves in as they head up into the air. This single striker Shifu is dominating dominating Luminosity right now. Very close team names, I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean, that Zero Aura got its solar plexus shattered by Mazo. And if I'm Mazo right now, I'm feeling good. And if you look at objective secure, it's all in the hands of Legacy as well. So the fact that they're this far ahead, and they have Overheat, and they have Wicked Blow, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with just to even contend on these objectives, Greg.
Yeah, the 1-2 punch, or I guess the 1-2 punch kick between Overheat and that single strike is going to be really difficult for Luminosity to deal with. Obviously, they're not looking to steal any objectives. They've got to win a fight because on the other side, the secure is just too intense. Level-wise, though, Luminosity is still inside this game. However, things are working really well for Legacy. Joey with a nice catch here. Lutano jumping in, and they end up backing out.
Yeah, the bounce falling just a little short. Nice secure by Otter. That's who they're going to have to lean on to clutch these things out from under the powerful secure tools that Legacy has. We're going straight at the goal zone. We're using some Unite moves here. We're going to try and get to the back line. The Cream Unite is out. They want to defend this thing, but Regieleki already hits. Can they get Overlord down with the Unite move? Excuse me, that's Joey. They do. Otter's down as well, and they shatter the goal zone, but now Overlord's in a lot of trouble, which means JL is gone.
Overlord is in a lot of trouble there, but at the same time, he was able to sneak in that huge 50 points, which is massive. With this Tier 1 open on this bottom path, once we hit double time here in a minute, they actually can take the lead just on a Tier 1 goal zone, which would be great for Luminosity. They wouldn't have to win a fight in the center, but they have not been doing well in some of these fights. Every time they've engaged, it feels like Legacy has counterpunched extremely well, and it's not surprising they got two big punches over there.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, Falb's silently level 12, right? They've been in a couple fights here. They've been more playing at a distance, making sure they're meeting their levels, and it's really been Mazo kind of leading the charge in the front line. Salto, if they get in the mix, this is going to be a problem for LG. Again, the level lead's still slightly in the hands of Legacy, but Overlord and Lutano have done a great job catching up.
Yeah, and when you have a big level lead on some of these Pokemon, it can be huge. Things are very, very close. 15 seconds until our first Rayquaza of our World Championships here in Honolulu. This is a big match. It's going to dictate the pace of the day for these two teams. 5 seconds till Ray hits the board. Legacy is up. They can let Luminosity make a mistake right here. They can let them try to make a play, and then they can counter them. Obviously, both of these teams pushing back and forth, looking for their moment. Overlord possibly going in, but just backing out. Caught by the Trevenant.
Immediately, Hood hammered down. They're going to have to use everything in the kitchen sink. Comfy Unite is popped. Trevenant on top, and Cram is on the backside, shooting everybody down. Can Overlord get out? They're on the chase, and they're trying to close this out. Pop them up is Joey. They're knocked up in the sky. Otter's the next one on the chopping block. They're gone. Overlord tries to reset. It's gone. Mazo catches them in the bushes. JL's going to go down. That's going to be 4 players on the chopping block here. Lutano's the only one left standing. Rayquaza's at half. KO streak of 3 from Mazo. No surprise there. Lutano's pivoting around. They're trying to get in there. They do get a KO, but they're gone. And now it's just Otter, but they're back on the respawn. Joey's got a prayer play. No. Rayquaza snatched up by Legacy after the sickest team fight I've seen in a minute.
Legacy with such an amazing fight. The heads-up play by Mazo there to know that he was basing in the bush. That catch changed the entire match, and now the burgers are raining in. That's another hundo in the bottom path. Legacy is going to be taking game 1 with a minute left. It's going to be so difficult for Luminosity to do something here, but there's still some fight in this squad as they are chasing Soto out.
It's World Championships, baby. You can't give up now. You got a minute to cobble something together. You better try, because you only get a couple bites at this apple. However, Salto, full shield, Mazo, Hundo Burger on the backside. They're pivoting to home base to make this thing look a heck of a lot worse for Luminosity as Joey's hanging out waiting for the team to come in. Burger is done, and this thing looks tough for LG.
That's right. That is all she wrote for Luminosity here in game number 1. There just aren't enough points on the board. There isn't enough time on the clock, and there's not enough fight in this composition here from Luminosity to take down this stellar play and stellar comp here from Legacy. What a game 1.
Absolutely crazy. Hats off to Luminosity for bringing something a little bit unique to the table, trying to make some magic happen here. But that magic was snuffed out, and as magicians, we know when a magic trick is. Where did those come?
11 KOs on the Mazo. I felt like Wolf had these constant, like, beautiful hurricanes and then a Unite move, and everyone on LG just had to run.
The backside catch, Salto on Overlord, putting him in the middle to cram onto the other side of the wall, using their Gulpling Gatling missile to just trickle worker for them all game long. They're ready to go.
And here we go. We're heading into our draft here for game number 2. Luminosity Gaming is going to get this first pick again here. After losing that first match, they're going to be able to decide what they want. And it looks like our bans, they actually targeted that Urshifu there.
Good call. Good call by Luminosity Gaming, without a doubt. It looks like they're quickly highlighting Blaziken, and why not? It's good. I just said that.
You did just say that. You know what? I think you're right. I think both teams...
Production?
Scratch that, actually. We'll go back 20 seconds. Cut that. I said he was right. You never know with you, man. We got Mime here being hovered, it looks like, on the side of Legacy as they're looking to lock in. However, I don't know if Mime is going to be our first choice here. Gyarados also being moved around as we have some more picks going back and forth between these two teams. Look at the Mewtwo. Maybe bring the Mewtwo out.
I tell you what, my eyes snapped back to the screen when I saw Sableye just queue up for just the smallest of moments. Umbreon tracks a little bit stronger in where we're at here in my mind.
Yeah, and we've got Umbreon. It looks like it is being locked in here. And we have Hoopa being locked in. Oh, we actually are...
We're miles behind.
We are moving through time. And look at this. Overlord on the Zoroark. Okay. I mean, can you think of something more iconic than Overlord on a Zoroark with a Comfey? On the other side here, I mean, look at these picks from Legacy. We've got Leafeon, which at the start of the season was insta-banned every single game. It was that good. They're taking the Gyarados this time. The Blaziken however, snatched away by Luminosity in that first pick slot. We've talked about this Pokemon. It just feels like it does a little bit of everything. The Swiss Army knife of Pokemon Unite. It can fight, it can rip objectives, it can secure, it can hold you when you're feeling sad, and it can lift you up and cheer you on when you're feeling good.
This ain't your grandpa's Swiss Army knife. It does all the things Spreggles just listed. Which
yeah, it has a lot of Swiss Army knives. It has
a can
emotional
opener.
support now.
Yeah, it's built-in emotional support right next to the can opener, between the can opener and the toothpick. I, on the other hand, I'm taking a look at this Sylveon. Amazing. I really like this pick.
Yeah.
And unsurprisingly, they're putting all their eggs in the Overlord basket again.
Yeah.
Maybe game 2. Let's get it.
That's right. Game number 2 here in Group A. Our first matches of the day for our World Championships. We are seeing Luminosity, the former champs, down 1 game already against the best of Brazil, Legacy.
Overlord in path with this Zorua. They're prioritizing getting Otter online quickly so they can crash down and help take over. Lutano gonna rip this thing through. JL, of course, in the pocket with that nice Hollowware. The whole team wearing some nice Hollowares here, as well as being a pretty good job at bullying right now.
Yeah, and here we go. Cramorant up to this top path. They have the Hurricane, which gives them incredible secure, a lot of damage, and, you know, a beautiful knock-up here. Mazo's here as well, that level 4 Leafeon looking to try to make something happen right here. Secure goes over, it looks like, to the side of Legacy.
Yeah, playing that Raise Leaf build, that's another thing with Leafeon. Solar Blade actually has fallen off, where it was one of the most popular things at the start here, and now it's been almost a flip of the script, if you will. Now we're going...
I'll say it's a flip of the script. And we have a Zoroark now evolved in our bottom path. They were able to get Overlord that level 5, which is huge. It's going to be massive for that fight. 4 members of Legacy moving up to this top path.
Let's beat the brakes off each other here. Mazo engages slightly. Nice stun, Astonish. That allows the follow-up to start. We pop a slow smoke, I assume, out of JL there to really get them away, because that was a potentially devastating engagement by Legacy.
Yeah, Legacy going in there, getting aggressive, but you see LG with a beautiful heads-up play. They see it. They all are able to pull back and get away from what could be a bad situation, especially if that Magikarp is able to evolve there thanks to a KO. And we've seen something like this before. Overlord moving through the map, making the entire thing his own with a Comfey by his side.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to here, and they certainly delivered on that one. Otter gets a KO. We are bouncing straight in fall about that action. Overlord is too, though, and then we've got more firepower in our pocket. They actually decide, in a rare Overlord move, to peel back and not go for the engage.
I think, you know, maybe the last game rattled them a bit, but it also might have focused them in a big way. We see Wolf is watching this right here, but this is going to be an easy secure for the side of Luminosity. There's not much the Sylveon can do to these two. You see one Pokemon there, but it's really 2 when you got Overlord and the Comfey.
I was watching Sylveon's health bar here as Overlord went for the engagement as soon as they popped out of the tall grass, and then boom, it just got express lane to 0. Okay, Southdog's going to try and do what they can in the face of quite a few players here. Joey's still holding a ton in the pocket. They're going to get that in, but Overlord's about that action, of course. They're going to peel back a little bit. Not surprised based on how we saw Overlord play it.
Yeah, and it looks like this is a much stronger start here for Luminosity, right? They're feeling a lot better. This is a comfort pick for this player, obviously. One of the most dominant picks in their arsenal, and they have a lot. But seeing Overlord on Zoroark is very, very scary.
Lutano left by their lonesome here. Otter's pulling up in the back door. Gets a KO on Mazo. That's huge before they can reset. So a little bait and switch here. Lutano steps up, forces Legacy forward, and Otter catches Mazo on the backside.
Yeah, it was kind of beautiful letting the scores go in just so that you could have the Cramorant come up, but Sylveon able to chase it down, pick up that KO in the bottom path. We have them ripping apart the Reggie. In the top path, we have the Regieleki on the side here of Legacy. They take it down. One objective for each team.
Overlord in the face of Sauto on the bottom path. This Regieleki looking to fit. We bounce in, we're going for it. Nice little Horn Leash to reposition Falb into the overheat. They put a portal right on top of him. Joey's low, Joey goes down. This goal zone looks to be Legacy's, and it is broken.
We had a little bit of bad math, because we did have 22 for the Sylveon right there, but they wanted to break this goal as Overlord moves in, trying to make something happen right here, getting a little bit caught, looking for the KO on the Hoopa, just trying to find something here in this fight. It feels like he can't leave without a KO, but he does need to back.
Well, now Wolf is caught out, and if Overlord pivots, they can help the support there. Lutano's on the chase. They're going to focus on that. Missed Horn Leech by Joey, no good. Sauto looking in. They actually get eviscerated. All those leaf ticks on top of them because of the Comfey. Whoa! They kissed up 2 for the reset! That was huge at Overlord. They get a KO. They're not willing to pursue Fall, but they're pivoting to the goal zone, and that is a good move.
Very beautiful stuff there from Overlord. Beautiful Shadow Claw for the knock-up, able to keep them out of that portal and not let them head back to base. I mean, these are the kind of plays you would expect from these players. Again, we've got the best in the world versus the best in the world right here. It's amazing to see, and it's amazing for Luminosity. They feel a lot better in Game 2.
Overlord maybe baiting the reset here, sticking in the bush, not going anywhere, and now they're going to be able to careen and crash on top of it. Maybe looking for a Joey engage here on the backside. Otter uses their Unite move, only does about half damage to Mazo, who is now actually going to have to peel to score. Coming right back through is the Gyarados, right on top of Lutano, charging up an overheat kick, can't quite get the job done there. Solo, focus blast, not enough, they're gone. Joey trying to Horn Leech and stay up, but everybody's colliding on them. Overlord finds Hoop on the backside, Salto's running away for all the marbles here. Is the re-engagement by Fob getting a KO streak of 2, and now Overlord has to get out as well.
Overlord has to get out like that sentence had to get out. He's got to get out of here, but he just can't seem to do it. He doesn't want to leave, it feels like. Dude's like he wants to keep fighting because he knows he can. He knows he's that good. He knows he can outplay. He knows he has a comfort too, which actually helps him a lot.
It does. He's also counting the Hoopa portals. So you notice once a Hoopa portal disappears and players are gone, that's when he's going for his engagement. So there's no like get out of jail free card from the Hoopa. They take the Regieleki quickly. They bully Saltao out with a nice little pressure of the whole team. They close the goal zone. They take the lead.
They take the lead here. Again, a little bit of weird math from both of these teams, but of course they want that positional advantage. They want to take this goal zone. Nice score here in the bottom path. 40 goes in. That puts Legacy up. 176-203. They also were able to get this bottom objective. You see these teams trading objectives here, but in a minute, they're not going to be able to, Dupesnax. Rayquaza will hit the map in 2 minutes here. Nice big Unite move as they're trying to get out of here, trying to make something happen. They're continuing with this fight, and that's Overlord flexing on them in their central area.
All 3 players collapsed. 1 player got out. The points are going to go in regardless. Now Fob has to defend this thing, and there's 3 players on him. Otter in the front line trying to keep eyes. Overlord peeling back, and they are in the lead by 2.
Yeah, they're in the lead by 2, and you've seen games end with like the craziest score lines. If no one scores again, if the Ray fight is a stalemate, that means that Luminosity will win this thing by one of the slimmest margins possible here, as they are still just devastating this central area.
The Hurricane catch forces out the Gyarados Unite. Overlord goes straight in. They take tons of damage as all of Legacy crashes on top of the head of Overlord. Now JL, of course, goes down as well, and that is a huge crop of experience into the hands of Orange as Legacy is quickly moving across the map to put some pressure on themselves.
That's right. They want to get something out of this. Obviously, they get the BOGO, right? Buy one, get one with those KOs. Anytime you're taking down that Zoroark with a Comfey on it, you have a real good opportunity to take that as well. 1 minute now until Rayquaza. Both objectives, top and bottom, will be up in time. We're going to have to see how these teams want to prioritize this. Lutano now ticking over to his level 13. We've already got it here for Overlord on the Zoroark, as well as 2 level 13 mega carries on the side of Legacy. We've got Mazo on that Leafeon, and Fall has been looking amazing on this Gyarados.
Absolutely. We're going for a year 1 exclusive. Focusing that bottom objective is this NA squad. Meanwhile, Legacy wants all the points raining in the face because they win on the scoreboard, they said. Regieleki's going to be theirs for free. Basement Reggie's going to be Luminosity's for free. And now we've got a Ray fight because this game is close.
That's right, and this is huge for Luminosity. Remember, if they lose this right here, they will have lost this series. They're not out of the tournament just yet, but they will have gone down to their biggest competition in their group. They need this game number 2 to stay in. 5 seconds until Rayquaza, and look at the positioning here from LG. Really aggressive as they're making their way into that central area, just trying to see who they can find on the side of Legacy. They've been taking good fights all game. Gyarados moving in, getting caught in a big way by Trevenant.
Now Falb is going to go down to the overheat. We're pivoting back. The rings are unbound. We're looking for the stuns here. Can they pin anybody down? Overlord's trying to get after it. Otter already went down, but Joey's still in the mix. Overlord's on the other side, hitting everybody down. Nice Horn Leech for the separation. Overlord is full HP, which spells doom for Legacy. They're all over the Mazo's in trouble. We're popping the Unite move. The Zoroark's on the chase. Lutano's all around that Rayquaza. They better take this thing and seal this thing up. Bang! Overheat, job done. Rayquaza cooked.
That's right. Luminosity coming back in a big way with a beautiful team fight there at Ray. That looked almost flawless from them. The only moment that went wrong was when Cramorant got caught before being able to use its Unite move, but you saw the power of Luminosity, you saw the power of Overlord, and the beautiful heads-up play there by the rest of LG. You had Lutano ready to take this Rayquaza down as soon as that fight started going their way. That's what they were able to do. 505, 317. The match is not over, but this is really tough for Legacy.
Yeah, they're fighting on the goal pad. I do not want to see Overlord go down here. However, I think JL might still have their shield. They do. If they can get the full pockets, that's another burger. And do a little driving Miss Daisy, give them the escort to the home base. They just did. Bang. Burger time. And now Luminosity is buzzing.
That's right. The score lead is just too much here for Legacy. They played an amazing match, but this is the Luminosity you would expect to see at the World Championship, especially when you put that Comfey on top of Overlord. You're taking one of the best players to ever do it, and you're giving him a get-out-of-jail-free card. The points are raining in. There just simply is not much time. 697 to 489, 10 seconds left, and it just doesn't look like Legacy can score enough.
No, and this is great defensive job. Welcome to the World Championships, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to a game 3 between two of the world's best.
That's right, game number 3 in our first set, a set that we knew was gonna be an absolute barn burner. And I'm telling you, I just got a text, all the barns are burnt.
All of the barns are burnt?
All the barns.
Holy, that is so many barns.
Production, can we check to make sure it's all the barns actually, okay? It might just be a regional thing. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but it looks like all the barns were burnt in game number 2 here. What a series. We're heading to 3 again. I mean, are you surprised?
No, not surprised at all. Not surprised at all. Overlord, 9 KOs. Great work out of them. Falb was doing great on the Gyarados, but actually stymied compared to their previous performance. Lel was doing what they could, but I'll tell you what, when you have a Hoopa player like JL on the side of Luminosity, they know all the tips and tricks.
Yep.
They've cheat coded this in. Overlord's played with Elo, one of the best support players of all time, on Hoopa. They know how to catch teams out when they're trying to leverage Hoopa portal resets.
And I gotta say, I mean, we've seen Blaziken just be a force in multiple games, right? Blaziken here with 7 KOs, not the most in the match, but it feels like always ready to take something, and especially big-time objectives. As we're moving over to the damage here, first 100K damage of our tournament over to the side of, what's that player's name? Overlord?
Overlord?
Yeah, okay. Kind of a new one on the scene.
Yeah, new one, he says. Overlord. I mean, this is one of those things that yeah.
Not
Wayne the Rock Johnson is on that stage.
He's up there. You can't. He's
can't
a little
see him.
off.
He's hiding.
He's shy.
He's hiding.
But you saw there's also a big rock.
Partial set for Jumanji 3 or something, I've heard.
Yeah, they're gonna move.
That's why he's
real
here.
quickly. Yeah,
That's why he's here.
Big picks right away. We have Lutano grabbing that Blaziken. We do have the Zoroark ban. We have Charizard as well still. Urshifu on the side here of Luminosity. Not surprising to see that Slowbro. Slowbro really is shutting down, you know, like a top player's favorite Pokemon, right? As we can see right here, Cerulege finally making its way to the World Championship.
Exactly what I wanted to call out to. Cerulege is just another one of those high-tier Pokemon, in my mind, right on par, maybe a bit below Blaziken. They're both incredibly strong. And honestly, Legacy was like, you know what, let's take away the Zoroark. That at least opens up us to either get Blaziken or Cerulege in that situation. And well played. Now let's see who leverages that high-octane Pokemon better between the two.
And the interesting thing is, Cerulege, I think, a little more dominant than Blaziken early, especially. Here we have the Mamoswine as well. Can we hear Zoinks from backstage? Can we hear him screaming?
That was him screaming.
That was him screaming.
Just him.
Good, because I know he's excited about this as we take a look at what we're going to get out of the side of Luminosity. Come on, put the hats on it, Overlord. Everybody needs the 3-hatted bird right now as we possibly once again have Zeraora.
Okay, they believe in the Zeraora. Let's see if they can deliver in this game 3. It's an incredibly important one, but they let JL out of Comfey jail, and we've got ourselves a Blissey, another one of my Pokemon to watch, just like Leafeon and Sylveon. So far, Spraggles, I'm doing pretty good on my picks.
I think you're crushing it right now, my friend, as we see Sylveon here, that last pick. It's a nice one. You know, they have the ability to really pick pretty much any attacker that they want, obviously besides Cramorant, that seems to have a real high value between these two teams. And Sylveon is just so good always. It's
Yes.
always good. It always finds its moments in a match. It gets great at level 4. It never stops. It puts so much pressure on the enemy team. We're going to have to see if this Blissey is really the answer. I can tell you one thing. Bliss assistance onto Overlord or Bliss assistance onto Lutano. Maybe even on Otter after they pop that Cramorant Unite move. It could be huge. Also something earlier I noticed. 3 is starting right here between these two powerhouse teams. Let's go. Luminosity, your purple team. Legacy, your orange team. And of course, if we could see game 3s all day, we would want to do it because you get to see these insanely good players at the highest level of gameplay. And also look at these picks. We've got the Cerulege finally, and of course the Mamo Swine. Look at the hearts on the Blissey.
JL believes in this Chansey right now. Going to try to get the Blissey quickly. Lutano on the chase down. They're going to start A-pressing these opponents here. They don't want to let them stack too easily for free. Here's Otter, though. A nice little Hurricane can pin up Bob. They pick up a berry, well placed by Lel. And now Otter actually has to pull back because Mazo just showed up.
Yeah, and of course, that's Leafeon, right? Level 4 already ready to fight here in this top path. Nice play there by Legacy. Obviously, LG had no idea what the HP of that wild Pokemon was. They did their best to try to take it, and a really patient play, able to go over to the side there of Legacy. As we've got a little bit of an invasion going on right here, and Overlord goes down.
That was an incredibly successful invasion. They are able to take out Overlord. They don't leave with a buff, but I think they'll take that as a nice consolation prize. Otter putting an absolute blender here, stuck between a rock and a hard place called a Sylveon and Leafeon. The Eons making it feel like an Eon for Luminosity so far this game, and it hasn't even been 2 minutes.
Yeah, beautiful KOs there from Mazo, getting extremely aggressive, and you can just see how well they are playing. This feels a lot like shades of game number 1. Overlord on this Zeraora, which by the end of this match is either going to look like Gordon Ramsay or is going to look like me in the kitchen. We're going to have to see if he is allowed to cook any longer.
Well, it clearly seems to be a strategy they've leaned into quite a bit, right? There was no hesitation in this pick. There's something they saw out of Legacy that says, yes, that's where we want to go. Otter chased down, knocked out by Cerulege. Portal's down. Nobody even worried about taking it because now Lutano's getting bullied as Combuskin, the ugliest Pokemon to ever exist. Wolf putting tons of pressure on, and they put Lutano very low after scrambling away. Here's Cerulege for the coverage, and JL can do nothing but watch.
Beautiful stuff. The points are raining in, 76-0, and I love your commitment on hating Combuskin and how it looks.
It's not great.
It's you don't let it go.
It looks like a sentient bowling pin.
And
it's ridiculous.
I appreciate it. I think everyone at home appreciates it as well. I can tell you who doesn't appreciate it not being a Blaziken right now is Luminosity, as they are behind on levels across the board here. We've almost got the 8 here coming from Mazu, which will give him the Unite move. We've got the Birds coming top and bottom for both of these teams. Lutano up here just trying to get some experience, but he has been denied for most of this match.
Little do-it-yourself craft project you do at home. Buy a bowling pin, get a pool noodle, cut it in half, glue it on the sides, bang, Combuskin plush. We're raging on this score line. We're getting some points in, and they're going to get a big 26-point over. 121 to Donut.
That's right. Huge plays right here from Legacy. They look fantastic. Overlord is now about to tick over to level 8. Nice little play here. Moving in with that discharge, seeing what they can make happen. But here is that Mamo Swine. Huge amount of disruption. The Ice Fang takes them down as they're going to push them out after Sylveon's Unite move.
Is that a high horsepower too? Normally we see Earthquake typically, but that engagement, the high horsepower, actually knocked up.
Oh, it's Earthquake.
It is Earthquake?
Yeah.
Okay. They got a good knockup on Overlord that tried to collapse on top of Wolf, and just that engagement by that like sentient pile of dirty laundry, the Pillow Swine, is able to disrupt it and get it done.
You have a lot of takes on some of the aesthetics of these Pokemon, and you're not too happy about it, I could say. One thing that I do love, the Leafeon with the little hat. He's just got a little hat right over the ear.
Great cranial accessory out of Leafeon. I won't deny you that.
Beautiful stuff here. And he's got the little lute with him. Maybe it's a ukulele, because we're here in Hawaii.
That makes more sense. Let's go with that.
Oh, I'm hearing from production. I'm right.
Okay, perfect. There we go. Mazo working through already level 10, and really a couple players on the side of Legacy outpacing LG. Again, going for that late scaling Zeraora type Pokemon, but they need to bridge to the late game to be successful, and they're just behind right now.
And here we go. I mean, this is the start here for Luminosity coming back into this game. Big catch by the Trevin as they're moving in.
Nice little blender on Salto. They're able to eject out and forcing Overlord to bail back as the Zeraora, and they're just not finding the knockouts they want.
Look at this here. They're looking to rope and wrangle a little bit, and they do. They lasso the Mammo Swine out of there as we see Otter. Not just with the Unite, but there's a huge Cerulege Unite trying to wipe Legacy off the Luminosity off the map.
No.
They take two.
They
for a third.
They caught JL before he could use the Unite move, which meant the rest fell like dominoes. KO streak of 2 out of one of my Pokemon to watch the Sylveon. And poor little Piloswine hasn't evolved, but it doesn't matter. The rest of the team is playing so darn well.
This is a crazy good start here in this game. Now, you could never count out Luminosity in a moment like this, but they are down 225-0 right now. Level-wise, they are down. Positional-wise, they are down. Finally, they don't have the Combuskin, though, and that is actually huge.
I mean, Otter is level 8, dude. Like, that is a problem. Lutano working through the Regieleki, but Falb is right there on their doorstep. Southdow is a Mammothswine. They're going into the back line. There's the Blisters, and finally for the overheat secured. Can they get the knockout, though? We're putting all the work in, and Mazo's the first one down. We're going to keep scissor kicking our way through to see what we can get. Ice Fang reposition, and finally, Wolf gets credit for the knockout here on Overlord. Southo gets credit on Lutano because we are just scrapping all over the place on this map.
I loved that play by Luminosity. They knew this was going to be an extremely difficult secure. I thought it was way too high, and the beautiful Bliss assistance right into the charged up overheat of that Blaziken for the secure. That was a gorgeous play there from Luminosity. They're behind, but again, they are not out of this match. When they're making plays like that, they've got a shot.
Yeah, I mean, literally, Lutano taking the fire chicken, making chicken scratch into chicken salad somehow. They're still down by a bunch. Nice portal to get them through, and a reset by the Hoopa here. They're raging on this goal zone. We hit the Emerald 2-step. JL's trying to defend this thing. A couple egg bombs being pretty successful. Finally, the 50 banger goes in, 304-69. No.
Beautiful stuff here. Now 106 from Luminosity, and, you know, Legacy is trying to put themselves in that amazing position where even if Rayquaza doesn't go their way, they have counterplay, they have things that they can do. Overlord looking to make something happen here, but unfortunately not finding it with Zeraora. It just feels like he cannot find his moments.
Yeah, finally get a nice little pick on Wolf, able to put them down. They want to get these points. Something that's incredibly rare this game, Spraggles. Oh, nice Cerulege Unite, chops them up a couple. JL's getting low. Overlord goes straight in. Otter finally gets credit for the KO. Southdow's getting low. 4 players down in an absolute heartbeat, and that is a tide-turning moment for Luminosity.
Huge stuff right here. 40 more points going in after Lutano's 5, 221-304. They're evening it up, and we talked about this. Do not count them out, and you can't because this match is so incredibly close. 45 seconds until Rayquaza. Regieleki is about to hit this top path. Legacy still ahead, but now you got to imagine after you get hit like that, you're shaking a bit.
Yeah, Lutano's ripping that thing down. Something we've never seen out of LG is this volume of wild Pokemon not being taken on the field. They are confident in their team fights, and they want the bodies. They're down by 83-ish. We are going to the Ray with 20 seconds. They're going to take this Regieleki, and Legacy must be wondering what the heck just happened.
Yeah, if they're able to make a sneaky play, grab some points, put a score into that top goal zone, all of a sudden they don't need to be the team to make the play at Rayquaza. Still behind right now. Regieleki walks, but they're not going for it. They're getting ready for this fight. Otter looking to see what they can find. Mammothswine seeing if maybe they can get a big pick. And then, of course, we have Trevenant looking to start this fight somehow. Luminosity just kind of tapping this Rayquaza as they move in and they grab Cramp.
Ice Fang reposition. Otter's caught instantly. Southdow's on the backside. We're forcing out the Unite. We're charging up an overheat. Trev Unite into the rings unbound. We're going in the stun on the backside. Overlord separated from the rest of the team. Nice Horn Leech by Joey. Eject button to get out. Plus assistance on Overlord in the middle. Hoopa goes down first, but they need more. We're going to the 2-step. Popped up and it's delayed. 4 players down. Let's get the ace. LG gets the ace, and they're going to take this Ray. Legacy's legacy is shattered instantly. KO streak of infinite. The whole team is down. Luminosity Gaming, baby's back.
What an insane fight. Overlord never going down. The constant overheats picking up amazing moments. The points rain in. It's going to be 341-304. It is not over, though. A minute on the clock still. Luminosity trying to score as Kramer around his back, and they are pushing this bottom pad. Another 100 for the Blissey. Legacy is still in this match, but they're in trouble. Huge catch! Huge hurricane!
We are the Island Nation,
triple KO!
We are the Island Nation. The Hurricanes aren't uncommon here. We're getting it done. We're scoring more points. KO streak of 4, and after Otter got caught, that's got to feel pretty damn good. 593-304. 4, and Luminosity put an exclamation point on this game 3.
What an insane fight in that bottom path. You know, you've seen Otter have his moments, you've seen Cramorant have moments throughout this series, but picking up the 4-piece right there, putting the team on his back or maybe in his chef hat, you know, and I thought it might be Overlord who would be Gordon Ramsay, but maybe it's that Chef Cram.
I can't believe what we just witnessed. The Cerulets unite up top in the top path, gutted the whole team, used that leverage, scored a ton of points. Amazing Ray fight, and look where we are at now.
Wow, what a series between these two absolute titans. You gotta give it up for them. Luminosity, Legacy, putting on a show.